There is a saying that revenge is a dish best served cold, but as this case shows, there are some people that can take revenge way too far. Hello everyone, my name is Anya, and in this video we're going to take a look into what happened on this day in the year 2001, the murders of Faith and Liberty Battaglia. On the 2nd of May 2001, 9-year-old Mary Faith and 6-year-old Liberty May Battaglia were out for the evening with their father John. The sisters grew up in Highland Park, Texas. 9-year-old Faith, as she was called by her friends and family, had a strong interest in science. She had a dream that she would one day find the cure for cancer. 6-year-old Liberty had a strong passion for ballet dancing. She was described as a skilled and talented dancer for her age. The sisters were very close and adored by their parents. But things began to change as the girls grew up. In 1999, the relationship between their parents, John Battaglia and Mary Jean Pearl, had begun to deteriorate. So much so that in January 1999, Mary Jean Pearl decided to separate from John after suffering verbal abuse. It was around this time that Mary Jean Pearl discovered certain aspects about her ex-husband's personality that she did not know. Before marrying Mary Jean Pearl, John Battaglia had been married to a woman named Michelle Getty. They had a daughter, Christy. Their marriage had deteriorated as a result of physical and emotional abuse, aspects of his previous marriage that he had hidden from Mary Jean Pearl. In Christmas 1999, John Battaglia physically attacked his ex-wife Mary Jean for the first time. This resulted in John Battaglia being arrested and put on probation for 2 years. The divorce was finalised in August 2000. Now, despite the abuse that she had suffered at the hands of her ex-husband, Mary Jean Pearl pointed out that John Battaglia had never put his hands on his daughters. In fact, many who knew John Battaglia had stated that he was a very, very proud father to his 2 daughters. He would describe his daughters Faith and Liberty as the light of his life. To the outside world, John Battaglia had portrayed himself as a caring, supportive and loving father. On this day in 2001, everybody was proven wrong. In the days prior to what happened on this day, Mary Jean Pearl had been attempting to get John Battaglia's probation revoked. He had been verbally harassing her over the phone, which went against his parole rules. Now, Faith and Liberty were scheduled to go out for a dinner with their father. John Battaglia collected his 2 daughters as scheduled. Mary Jean Pearl thought she was allowing her daughters to go off for the evening with their father. She had no idea that this would be the last time that she would see her 2 daughters alive. Instead of going to a restaurant as intended, John Battaglia instead took Faith and Liberty to his apartment. While at the apartment, he made a call to Mary Jean Pearl. He began asking his daughters questions as to why Mommy wanted Daddy to go to jail. Mary Jean Pearl could only listen in horror as her daughters began to scream, begging their father to stop, before ultimately hearing gunshots. After John Battaglia terminated the call, Mary Jean Pearl immediately called 911. But by that point, it was already too late. The bodies of 9-year-old Faith and 6-year-old Liberty Battaglia were found in the apartment. Both girls had been shot multiple times in the head and chest. Chillingly, police discovered a voicemail that John Battaglia had deliberately left after killing his daughters, calling them brave, saying that he had sent them off to a better place, that he had gotten them away from their mother. One can only imagine the terror that those two little girls suffered. Their loving father brandishing a gun, them pleading for mercy, attempting to run for their lives. There are no words. John Battaglia was arrested at a tattoo parlour where he had been getting a tattoo of 2 roses in tribute to his 2 daughters. In 2002, he was found guilty on 2 charges of capital murder, and he was sentenced to death. It took the jury just 20 minutes to convict him of murder. On the 1st of February 2018, nearly 17 years after the murders, John Battaglia was executed by lethal injection. His last words were a chilling taunt to his ex-wife, and flippantly saying he was ready to go. He offered no sense of regret or remorse for what he had done to his 2 daughters. The case of Faith and Liberty Battaglia is described as one of the most horrific and heartbreaking cases in American history. I feel so much heartache for Mary Jean Pearl. She had to listen over the phone to the sound of her 2 little girls begging for mercy. She had to listen to their murders and knowing that there was nothing she could do. One can only hope that she has found peace with her ex-husband's execution. In the years following the murders and John Battaglia's execution, it has been questioned about the safety of children during custody battles and divorce proceedings. It has been stated that had John Battaglia's probation been revoked, his 2 daughters could still have been alive today. Both of his ex-wives, Michelle Getty and Mary Jean Pearl, and his first daughter, Christy, have all stated that he deserved what he got. Christy Battaglia has also stated that she struggled as she grew up with knowing that the father that she loved could be capable of something as horrific as murder. There is a saying that revenge is a dish best served cold. But as the murders of Faith and Liberty Battaglia show, there are some people that can take that saying way too far. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. My name is Anya, and we just looked at what happened on this day.